Good evening, everyone, and welcome to this late night, Friday night, Young at Heart, featuring nursery rhymes, stories, songs, poems, Mother Goose, Aesop's Fables, Lewis Carroll, limericks, larks, epic stories of the great operas, and such. To keep us all young at heart, I'm Father James Diluzio with Part 2, Act 2 of Wagner's Lohengrin, based on medieval myths and legends, tied to the legends of Arthur and the Round Table, with a little bit of that Germanic Nordic stuff thrown in, as Wagner was wont to do. You know, he wrote his own librettos and his own stories and plots, and as well as the music, so he was quite a genius. Although I think I reminded you maybe last time of the now deceased but the wonderful Father Owen Lee, who was a classics professor and a great opera enthusiast, more than an enthusiast, an opera scholar too. He used to be one of the commentators at the Metropolitan Opera in the Sunday afternoon opera broadcasts in those intermission features. Well, Father Owen Lee spoke of and wrote about Wagner as that terrible man with his truthful art. And that is a great summation of that very complicated but very gifted artist. So, remember last time, we have all the main characters, right? We start with Heinrich, who's head of a Germanic tribe who knows he needs more tribes to come together to kind of unite against the Hungarian invasions. When Heinrich comes to Brabant, this particular tribe, he knows he needs their help, but it's in the middle of a trial, and this beautiful young woman named Elsa is being put on trial for the murder of her brother Gottfried, and she and her brother were to be the heirs. Their father was the tribe leader of Brabant, but this crafty, wicked fellow named Telamond, who was corrupted by the witch Ortrud, they decided that they wanted to be head of Brabant, and of course Ortrud, who's a witch, created this vision that she saw poor Elsa, killing her brother Gottfried. So it's pretty bad. So we have the complication there, but then, of course, as you recall, the great mysterious knight, something very ethereal and spiritual about him, comes to Elsa's rescue to prove that she is innocent. They do that in those medieval days by just simply having a duel. The mysterious knight with Telamond. The knight won, the mysterious one, and he offers his hand in marriage to Elsa with the condition that she must never ask who he is or where he's from. All right, Telamond and Ortrud go out, angry, plotting their revenge, and that's how we left off the first Act 1. Now Act 2, of course, they're continuing to plot their revenge, and Telamond is just not going to give up being the head of Brabant. Whether he wants to even collaborate with Heinrich against the Hungarians is like a non-issue. He just wants to be head of this tribe, and Ortrud, of course, wants to. They are now married. Go figure. And so Telamond gets a group of 4 others. There's always somebody who wants to join the bad guys, So they're plotting. They're going to do something, but they don't know yet. They're going to plot on how they can get this mysterious knight. Meanwhile, he and Ortrud are claiming that he's not who he says he is, though he doesn't say who he is, but that he's not the man in Elsa's dream. See, there was that recognition in Act 1 that she saw this knight in her dreams for the longest time and that he would be her savior. But they're saying no. They're saying to Elsa, he is an imposter. He just looks like the guy in your dream. Don't trust him. Also, Ortrud, very clever and craftily, she befriends Elsa, with all her contrition. Oh, she got the wrong vision. Of course, Elsa didn't kill her brother, etc. Pity this poor woman. Now they're outcasts, and Elsa is a very kind heart, so she befriends her. Meanwhile, Ortrud starts planting seeds in Elsa's mind, not only that this man might be an imposter, but even if he isn't, is this a quality union as you're preparing for this marriage? If he knows your name, shouldn't you know his? don't a married couple have to have a deep, intimate knowledge of one another? So she's planted the seeds of doubt. And so here we have the poor innocent girl beginning to lose faith. But although when the knight asks her again, "Are you sure you're not going to ask me, and you have faith in me?" she says, "Yes, I have faith." So they're going off to the wedding, and that's where we have that wedding tune that for Queen Victoria used it in the royal. I don't know if she used it for her wedding or that of her children, but she was a Wagner fan. Well, all those English royalty, they have a lot of Germanic heritage. So, here comes the bride, da 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 da, la da 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 da. That's from Wagner's Lohengrin. So as they're getting ready, going off to the cathedral, Elsa catches sight of Ortrud, who's filled with worry, and the poor girl, this isn't going to be right, and watch out for yourself, dear girl. And so it kind of takes away some of the joy and ecstasy, rapture that Elsa and the music and this mysterious knight are participating in for their belovedness and their vows before God and before man. So that's the end of Act 2. Tune in next week for the conclusion of Lohengrin. Of course, you can always look it up, but that's my version of it anyway. Thank you so much for joining me. Tuesday, I'm going to be doing another mission in a suburb of Pennsylvania. I'll put it in the commentary if you want to know exactly where I'll be. So there'll be no Luke Live next Tuesday. I'll be giving a Luke Live presentation, but I will join you again on Friday for the conclusion of Lohengrin, and I hope you're all having a beautiful and prayerful St. Patrick's Day, or it's coming to a conclusion now. This is a very late night, young at heart, and a wonderful weekend. Good night, everyone. God bless.